Hey guys, happy Sunday. I am just about to start our call. I'm going to go check up on the group to just make sure that we are up and running and good to go. Let's see. All right, I see myself. Awesome. Okay, so I have my slides a little bit, or they're to the right of me over here, so I'm just going to be looking at them throughout the call. But I am so excited to be talking with you guys about treating your business like $1 million business. So let's get started. So number one, we all started the business the same exact way, right? We all paid $140 to get started. Maybe you paid, $180 or $200 with your challenge pack. We all started with 0 coaches in our downline. We all started with absolutely little to no skills, maybe little to no network. Hi, Renata. Thanks for hopping on. We all started with 0 Success Club points in our coach online office. So my question is, why have some coaches been able to start with the exact same thing and built this business into a 6-figure, $1 million business, and other coaches have not? And what I believe is that it really comes down to both mindset and action, and adapting both $1 million mindset and a $1 million work ethic. So I'm going to get started. I've been listening to the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and if you haven't listened to him or if you haven't read any of his books, I so recommend it. But I was listening the other day, and I love how a lot of times you'll be listening to the same audio over and over again, but you'll pick up different things from it. So he mentioned, I'm probably going to butcher this quote, but something along the lines of, half measures have availed us nothing. There's no such thing as being halfway in. And this pertains to, he got this from the 12-step program, if you're familiar with that. And it basically means that you can't be half into something. You're either in or you're out. You can't dabble. You can't put one foot in the water and test the waters. You really are either, all the way in or all the way out. And if you are, if you do have that one toe in the water, then you're really not in. You're not in the water. So you're either in or you're out. And I really loved this quote. And it came from the 12-step program, which obviously means, you're never half sober, right? You're either sober or not sober. So I related this to mastery versus dabbling, and I'll kind of share with you a little bit about this, because I feel like in this business you either choose to kind of master your skills, or you just kind of dabble. You kind of do your power hour here, you kind of do it there. Maybe you're not tracking your invites, maybe you miss a workout, and we're all human, so I'm not here to tell you you can never miss a workout, you can never miss a power hour, because I've definitely done that. But I'm just talking, today I really want to dive into mastery versus the dabbler. So my first slide is all about mastery. And the master is someone that commits to everything. If they can't find a way, they make a way. There is no plan B, and they quote unquote burn the boat so they can take the island, and they understand that there's a process to everything. So I'll go a little bit into that. So I love how they said learn to love the process. And in Beachbody, I so feel like you have to learn to love the process, because every goal I've set as a Beachbody coach, I've honestly loved the process more than achieving the goal. It's who I've become by going after that goal, the growth that I've gone through, that is so much more, that feels like so much more of an accomplishment than actually having that rank or having that, whatever it is, hitting that goal in Beachbody. So I'm going to be reading off my slides, but he says the master builds the bridge, they hit the plateau, they get busy, they experience obstacles, but they don't jump ship. They commit, and when they build the bridge, they make sure that they improve it and make it stronger so that it will last for many years to come. And there's a quote by Bruce Lee, and it says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." So in terms of loving the process with Beachbody, I feel like when you look at it from a mastery standpoint, it kind of takes the pressure off, right? It's not really about hitting Success Club or going diamond or hitting that goal. It's more about mastering those skills and those steps on the way to hitting that goal. So for example, if it's diamond, everybody in this group is obviously pushing for diamond. So for me, mastering that skill was really learning how to recruit. So I sat down, I found out what personal development book I wanted to start reading that would help teach me how to master recruiting. I devoted power hours to just inviting to the coaching opportunity. I took action. I failed. I got on phone calls and bombed the phone call, or, sent an invite and then afterwards looked at the invite and was like, did I really just send that? But all in all, I was just kind of learning to love the process. I was just taking action and, not worrying so much about the result. I mean, obviously we want great results, but you want to focus on the action. So what the master does is they focus on action. They focus on what are the next steps to get over this obstacle, to get over this problem. What are the skills that I need to master to hit my goals? The dabbler mindset, on the other hand, so the dabbler builds the bridge, then they get bored, an excuse happens, they stop building it, and then they build another bridge. Sure enough, they stop building that one, and so on. They never get to the other side. They never get to where they want to be. And the author related this to like learning an instrument. It's sort of like you want to learn guitar, so you buy the guitar. You buy a whole bunch of books about how to play guitar, beginners how to play guitar. You practice the first couple times. You're so excited. There's this huge learning curve. And then 2 weeks in, your fingers start to hurt. If you've ever played guitar for the first time, your fingers really hurt. It's hard, like bar chords are really hard to play. And you get really discouraged. And maybe after 2 weeks, you're like, what, this is so hard. I don't think I want to play guitar. And then maybe you pick up another instrument, the piano, and you kind of go through the same process over and over and over again. So this is what he refers to as the dabbler mindset. And this is someone that literally will go from one thing to the next and just kind of, give up. They'll dabble, they won't go all in, but they'll go halfway in, and then they might give up when they hit their first setback. So the author says, the dabbler hits a plateau, they get challenged, they jump ship, they move on to something else because the initial newness has worn off. Sure enough, they repeat the same cycle again and again. They are easily distracted, they don't go deep with anything, and inevitably they do not achieve success. Sorry, my slides are moving all over the place. So that is the dabbler versus the mastery mindset. And when I think about this in terms of Beachbody coaching, there are so many coaches that join this business that just kind of dabble. They don't go all in. When they hit their first setback, they kind of pull back. They don't keep pushing through. So I really wanted to touch on this for this call because, that millionaire mindset, we have to really master this business. So I have a few commitments for mastering this business. And these are very, very basic commitments. But number one, commit to doing a daily power hour. Commit to checking in once a day with your team. Commit to doing your workouts in Shakeology every day. Commit to a personal development book or audiobook. Commit to reaching out to your upline when you need help. And the last one is commit to learning one skill this year and mastering it. So when I was pushing for my rank goals in this business, so I obviously a lot of us are pushing for diamond, but when I was pushing for that, I chose one skill to master, and like I said, for me it was recruiting. So I really challenge you to figure out what that one skill is for you. What do you want to achieve by the end of the year, and what skill do you need to master to achieve that goal? So those are the commitments. And I know some of these probably sound repetitive, like this is pretty basic stuff. But what I have found that when you hit a plateau in your business, you really want to get back to the basics and the fundamentals of your business. So you really want to hone in again on doing those vital behaviors. So these are my action items for this call. Okay, so number one, the first action item is, what is one aha moment that you've had from this training that you'd like to turn into an effort or an action moment? So I know we have so many trainings, right? We have trainings every month, and these trainings can obviously get overwhelming, right? And I'm sure you've gone through this training and you probably haven't implemented everything, right? I mean, there's a training every single day. So I would, my first call to action is for you to let me know what one aha moment is that you had during this training that you've been wanting to implement, but maybe you haven't implemented it yet. So turn that aha moment into an action or effort moment and let us know below. Number 2, what is one thing that you keep putting off that you know you need to implement right now? So whenever I think about my business, and I can just ask myself, you know, what is one thing that you have been putting off that you need to implement? And once I ask myself that, I know exactly what it is. So that's the second action item. What is one thing that you keep putting off, or maybe you have in the back of your mind that you haven't implemented yet, and you're going to implement right away? So that's number 2. And then number 3 is schedule that one thing into your calendar. So if it's a one-time event, schedule that into your calendar and screenshot it below. Or if it's an ongoing thing, schedule it into your calendar and throughout the week, and let us know what it is. Like for me, in the beginning, it was inviting. So I would put off inviting so much, and I knew that was the one thing that I had to implement right away. So instead of leaving it to the end of the day like I used to, I would make inviting be literally the first thing I did in the morning. So I would wake up, I would listen to personal development, and then I'd get my inviting in right away. I would eat that frog because I knew it was the one thing I kept putting off, and it was the one thing in my business that I needed to do to move forward. Excuse me, sorry, I just had Shakeology. So these are the action items. I'll go through them again. Number 1, what is one aha moment that you've had from this training that you're going to turn into an action moment? Number 2, what is one thing that you keep putting off that you need to implement right away? And then schedule that into your calendar and share with us your screenshot or a photo or whatever it is. Okay guys, I know this training was super short, but I know it's Sunday, so you probably all want to get back to your families and enjoying the day. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.